Hello and welcome. This video is by Mediation. We will explain what is mediation, what types of mediation are there, how does mediation work, what are the advantages of mediation, how much does it cost. At various points in this presentation, we will compare the mediation process to the court process, because cases where mediation is not attempted or fail inevitably have to go to court for a judge to decide on a dispute. Okay, so what is mediation? Mediation is simply where an independent person, the mediator, works with two or more parties to help them resolve a dispute between them. This can be done online or face-to-face. It is important to understand that the mediator does not make decisions about the case. The mediator is not there as an adjudicator or an unofficial judge to decide in favor of one side or another. The mediator is there to help both sides overcome any friction or animosity between them, and then to focus of how they might reach an agreement about how the dispute can be resolved, and even to continue to have some type of relationship in the future, which matters in commercial mediation cases. Mediation can help with disputes in relation to 4 types of mediation. Commercial transactions, where there is a dispute between two organizations regarding a transaction where something has gone wrong, at least in the eyes of one party. Consumer, where an end customer has a dispute with a supplier, such as a builder, plumber, roofer, or other tradesperson, where the work has not been completed to the required standard, and where the supplier is not willing to resolve the problem. Community, where there is a dispute between two parties in the community, often neighbors or people living close to each other. Usually money is not involved. It is often about accusations of antisocial behavior. Workplace, where an employee has a dispute with another employee, which is not easily resolved by traditional HR processes and procedures. The mediation process is straightforward. The mediation process can be carried out in person, or online, or a mixture of the two. The mediator meets with all the parties to introduce him or herself and to listen to what has happened so far, often with the parties supplying the mediator with information about the case using documents or emails. To start with, the mediator meets the parties separately, but maybe later there could be a joint meeting with everyone present, depending on whether the parties are comfortable talking directly to each other or not. The mediator discusses the case in more detail with each party to understand what they are looking for to resolve the case, which confirms how close or far apart they are from reaching an agreement. The mediator asks questions of each party to test how strongly they feel about any issues where they are far apart from each other, and suggests ways that they or the other party could move to a mutually acceptable solution on each issue. This can involve the mediator asking hard questions, in other words, questions which have to be asked to move the mediation forward, but which one or more parties may not want to be asked, as it may force them to analyze their stance in a negative light. When an agreement has been agreed in individual meetings, the mediator will bring all the parties together to confirm the broad terms of the agreement, and the mediator will then draft a written document confirming the terms of agreement for all the parties to sign. There are 5 advantages to mediation compared to going to court. First, cost. Mediation is much cheaper than going to court. A dispute with a value of £10,000 could cost you £1,000 to take to court, including fees to file the case, to go to court if the case is defended, and then maybe debt collection fees if you win and the other party does not pay on time. The mediation fee would be just £320 for each party, a one-off fee, regardless of the number of meetings involved. Secondly, confidentiality. The whole process is confidential. Neither the mediator nor the parties can talk to anyone else about the case, so there is no possibility of reading about the case in local or national media, which could happen if it went to court. Thirdly, speed. The mediation process is much quicker than going to court. Most mediation are completed in a week or 2 at most from being set up, compared to months for a court case to be heard. Fourthly, mediation is a non-prejudicial process. This means that what is discussed in mediation cannot be referred to if the mediation fails and the case ends up in court or at a tribunal. This allows all parties in the mediation to talk openly without worrying that what they say will be referred to in court. Last but not least, you have control. The parties control what happens. The mediator is there simply to guide them through the process, compared to court, where the whole process is controlled by other people. The cost of mediation depends on the type of mediation used. For commercial and consumer mediation cases, these cases almost always involve one party wanting a refund of money paid to the other party, so the fee charged by the mediator depends on the amount involved, as larger amounts mean it takes longer to resolve the case, and therefore more time from the mediator. For a dispute with a value of up to £5,000, the fee would be £150 per party, compared to total fees of £185 if you were file a case in court, with the same amount again if the case was defended, so total fees of £370, or more if debt collectors are required to enforce the debt. For community mediations, money is rarely involved, so the fee charged depends more on the time required from the mediator. The fee is usually paid by a third party, such as a housing association, if the dispute is between two of its tenants. A one-off fee of £200 per case is the normal fee charged, which is good value compared to £200 per hour charged by your local solicitor. Lastly, workplace mediations are similar to community mediations, as usually no money is being disputed and the fee is paid by a third party, such as the employer if the dispute is between two employees. Workplace disputes often take most of a day to conduct, so a standard fee is £300, which covers the day where the mediator meets the parties involved, plus any follow-up work required after the mediation day. We hope you have found this presentation helpful to understand what mediation is and how it works. Please feel free to contact Martin Ellis at Ellis Mediation, who will be happy to answer any questions you may have. His contact details will be on the screen shortly. Thank you for your time, and for now, goodbye. Ellis Mediation. See our website at www.ellismediation.co.uk, or email martin@ellismediation.co.uk, or phone 016043723885.